Welcome to the JC Pod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and man, it's already August, baby. NFL's right around the corner. We got like preseason in a week, maybe, if even. Woo, man, I'm really excited. I actually think we even have a preseason game as early as Thursday. Very, very exciting times, man. I'm very juiced. Very, very pumped up. Got a lot of happening behind the scenes. NFL's coming up at us. It's a really, really great time, man, truly. So today's pretty simple. Just going to go over some basic NFL news because there is a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, a lot to talk about. And then I'll basically end the show with kind of what the plan is going to be for August. And I mean, that's about it. That's about where we'll go. So we're going to start with some sad news that basically has just been confirmed. Tim Patrick has confirmed the torn his Achilles. He's, I'm assuming, then out for the year. For those of you who didn't see it, it's basically a non-contact injury. He was cutting during a 7-on-7 drill, it looked like, and yeah. And apparently there's people who've gotten videos have said that you can hear the screams from him and everything. It's awful, man. This is literally 363 days since he tore his ACL last year, so it looks like he's going to miss the whole season. He was looking like he was going to be, especially fantasy-wise, he was looking to have a lot of value. He's looking to be a big part of the Denver offense this year. They just lost KJ Hamler, too, because of some heart issue. Just really sucks, man, because, yeah, this is one of those things now with back-to-back injuries. He's gonna probably have some deep questions about if he wants to play anymore. Truly, this is just something truly awful, man. I think basically this is the injury that Klay Thompson basically had where he tore his knee and then tore his Achilles in back-to-back years. So that's something to basically kind of compare it to if you want a timeline. But overall, man, it's just truly really sad. Honestly, just really sad, man. That really sucks. Apparently, Dennis Allen said that Kamara plans to meet Goodell or Roger. They plan to meet Roger Goodell on. Basically, they're going to talk about the arrest and everything. I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what they're really going to do. I think it's just basically him going to basically tell his story, trying to get ahead of it. That's what this article says, but we'll have to see. I just think it's basically almost all behind him. They're probably just going to go visit with him to kind of get an idea what the punishment could be, how some ways to maybe avoid it, and all that. Yeah, for the most part, this is almost all behind Kamara. He just basically has to get his punishment and then figure out how many games he's going to miss and everything. Oh, yeah, while I was away as well, Jalen Ramsey got injured. He is hopefully going to be back sooner than later. Apparently, they said he's going to be out till December with, I forget what he did, but knee injury, that's what it was. Because he ended up getting carted off the field, I believe. Same thing with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, calf strain. He's going to be out for until potentially week 1 with his injury. I mean, it's an injury galore right now. It's insane. But yeah, so basically Jalen Ramsey's going to be out till December unless he's able to come back from this knee injury, which really sucks for the Dolphins who just got him over and they're really excited to have him. The whole Danielle Hunter situation is completely 100% turned around. If you remember, we talked about it a little bit last year some. I think I brought it up once or maybe twice this year. It is basically down to man, they threw everything out the house. If the Vikings and Danielle Hunter were a couple, they threw everything out the house. There's holes in the walls. I mean, they were basically about over. And then somehow they come out, they're able to sign a deal. Now he wants to be a Viking for life. Apparently there's issues with him and so some people with the clubhouse and everything, like staff-wise, but not Kevin O'Connell. I mean, it was a whole messy situation. And they were able to figure it out and fix it out, which is truly awesome because that brings me into the part that I want to talk about. Jonathan Taylor. Man, this whole running back situation has now completely gone AWOL. Jonathan Taylor is now asking for a trade, wanting to get out of the Colts and everything, and it's just, man, it hurts my heart to hear, man, because first off, terrible timing by his part. He had an awful season. The Colts are trying to deal with all this new stuff, basically. They're trying to get a new offense. They're trying to get a new head coach, acclimated. The defense is, all the vibes were good around the Colts. They were finally getting away from all this, the past 3 or 4 years of just terrible crap, basically, especially last year. Last year was basically the floor of what a terrible season could be for the Colts. I mean, they were horrendous last year, and then sure enough, they're finally starting to do good and everything, and Jonathan Taylor now wants a trade. He wants to get paid. He wants all these things. It's just, the timing couldn't be terrible, like I said, man. He had a horrible year last year. Just sucked because he truly is good, and I want him to stay a Colt, but the way he's acting is making me feel, it makes me feel a little bit indifferent because the Colts need a whole turnaround, man. This is not the time to ask, it feels like. I mean, actually, Jim Irsay will pay you, man. I mean, he is one of the few owners that, if you deserve it, he'll pay you. If you see, Reggie Wayne, James, Edgerrin James, sorry. I don't know why I about said James Edgerrin. Edgerrin James. I mean, like, you look at guys like that, like, they're around the Colts forever. Jeff Saturday got an NFL coaching job because of Jim Irsay. I mean, he takes care of his guys. Andrew Luck got $26 million after he retired. He takes care of his guys. So it's like, yes, he understands. He came out and also said, like, some stuff because I don't know why he came out and said it when he's dealing with the situation himself, but he basically came out and said some stuff about the running back market, which didn't help the situation at all. I think the agent of Jonathan Taylor is not helping the situation out at all either. He's kind of being kind of instigating a little bit as well, which is not very, very good at all. I'm just very nervous, man, honestly. I don't know how the Jonathan Taylor situation is going to turn out. I'm assuming they'll sign him. I'm assuming they'll pay him. But, man, I just don't know. I'm very scared. I eventually think he signs and ends up playing for the Colts. It's just I don't know when it's going to be. Sounds like he's been a little standoff in the facility as well. It's just there's a lot of bad vibes going on right now with the Colts when it comes to him. And, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I think personally he'll end up back and end up getting some money at some point. Will it be the deal he wants? I don't think so. I don't know. I think they just give him like a 10-year, $30 million deal. I don't think that's too bad at all. I think he wants $16 million a year, though, which is the issue. But I don't know if he's going to get that. But like I said, I'd give him about 3 years, $30-something million deals, make 10 guaranteed a year. Basically, give him close to McCaffrey deal as you can without going over the McCaffrey deal, because I don't think that's going to happen, even though it's kind of what he wants. But yeah, that's a whole. The Nick Bosa deal will get done for sure. That's what 49ers John Lynch has come out and said. But Nick Bosa, for those of you who don't know, because he's on his 5th-year contract and not on a veteran contract, is doing the old-fashioned holdout where he's not showing up at all. But because, like I said, that there's a big key difference. Since he's on his 5th year and he's not on the veteran contract, he's able to get some of the money back in a signing bonus that he owes. For example, so say he owes like $600,000, he'd get like a $600,000 signing bonus added on to his contract that basically will take away all the fines that he's owed. So that's why he's deciding to sit out and not sit in. And I mean, I think, yeah, like you said, Lynch thinks they're going to get a deal done. I'm sure they'll get a deal done. Nick Bosa is really good. I mean, he is a freak of nature at the end. I just think it's going to come down to, I don't know. But this is what John Lynch had to say. I don't like not having one of our best players here. We've got a really good track record that I'm proud of as a group of having our players in, but I also understand that we're going to have to exhibit some patience and understand ultimately that things will work out. Like I said, it's going to probably work out, but usually the 49ers do. They take a while to sign. Like, especially with this stuff. The 49ers, like, if you remember with last year with Fred Warner, I think or maybe the year before, it was like 2 or 3 years ago within that time period, Fred Warner did sign a massive, massive deal, but they waited till very, very end of summer for it to happen. So, I mean, I'm not too shocked at all, but like I said, I think it's going to happen. DeMar Hamlin had his first padded practice and said he felt great, which is something I want to share because it's truly awesome that dude basically died on an NFL football field, and a year later I'm sure he has some fear and everything, but he's just truly awesome. But yeah, truly it's just something awesome for DeMar. I'm really happy to hear that he's doing okay. But yeah, truly it's just awesome to see DeMar Hamlin back, and hopefully, he has a great season this year, and we get to watch him do some awesome things. I mean, to be comeback player of the year, he's already minus 300, I think, so I think that's going to be a hard award to take from him. Some also terrible news for the Colts. Zach Moss expected to miss 6 weeks due to a broken arm. I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Zach Moss, the football player, not the human, just because I had him on fantasy one year and he wasn't the best, and that's not mainly why I'm not a big fan of him. I'm just mad also, too. The Colts got rid of Nyheim Hines for him, and that was a complete downgrade as well, too. And I've never been anytime I've seen Zach Moss, I just feel like, man, he's taking away carries from somebody else that maybe shouldn't have it. So it's not like I said I'm dissing him or completely. I've never been the biggest fan of him, so when he went to the Colts, it's kind of like, it is what it is, I guess. I guess JT has somebody to back up, but now we really need Jonathan Taylor after he breaks his arm, so he's going to miss probably the start of the season, probably miss like 2-3 weeks potentially. Man, I just don't. With Jonathan Taylor holding out and everything, I mean, the Colts just seem to keep getting worse. I mean, I don't even think he's holding out. I think he just asked for the trade. Like I said, this Colts situation just gets worse and worse. Aaron Rodgers took a $35 million pay cut to help the team, which is insane. So Rodgers had $110 million remaining on his contract, and when the Jets traded him, or when the Green Bay Packers traded him to the Jets, so he reworked it to a 2-year, $75 million deal with a $35 million decrease, and that is going to help, I assume, sign people like Dalvin Cook. Everyone there, I just read a comment in the article, everyone's just laughing, like, oh, he's just doing his turn face and everything. I won't lie, I think it's a really good move by him to free up some money. This allows the Jets to potentially get somebody like Dalvin Cook. He visited them very recently. I think he even visited them as recent as yesterday. Zeke as well, another running back. He's visited with the Patriots, so that's a potential signing place for him as well. But yeah, freeing up the money. Yeah, like I said, very good pay cut by him because it just allows the team to maybe add some more weapons, especially if they have some guys going down and getting injured. It'd be a good, just be good for them to have more money to be able to have wiggle room around. So something very scary for the Seahawks. Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker injured for the Seahawks, which is not good at all. Those are the two guys who are supposed to probably get a good amount of the carries this year, especially Charbonnet is supposed to be rumored to take the backup spot, basically, and just almost be like, I don't want to say take the spot from Kenneth Walker, but he's definitely going to, get some carries and get some playing time. So the fact that they're both hurt already to start the year, that is not a very good sign. Hopefully they will be able to get a little bit healthier because the Seahawks are looking to go on the up this year. They might even be able just to steal the division, maybe, just maybe. Brock Purdy was able to practice, though, for the 49ers. So good sign for the 49ers is Brock Purdy was able to practice. He got first-team reps and everything. The Eli Apple said the relationship with Tyreek Hill is all love. If you don't remember, these two had a little bit of a beef for a little bit. And they were just, it's basically a quarterback wide receiver thing, so you get it. So now they're on the same team. They all made jokes about it and everything, and hopefully now, they'll be all good, and they'll make it up, and they'll be way better. Because, yeah, I don't think I need to explain too much. I kind of explained it so poorly there, but you get it. Wide receivers and cornerbacks beef all the time sometimes, especially the better ones. They tend to go back and forth a little bit. So, but yeah, basically to move on, JCPod072, last year's film he said he felt like he did terrible last year, and he had a decent season, I thought, last year, stat-wise. So the fact that he thought it was bad, he only had 40 sacks and 40 tackles in 16 games, which I guess is, there's definitely room for improvement. But I didn't think he had too terrible of a year last year, but he was injured. So hopefully, him getting the chance to get healthy again, he'll be able to do a little bit better this year and go a little bit more to his standard. Because like I said, I thought he had a decent year last year. So the fact that he thought he had that bad of a year last year, very interested to see how he thinks he should do this year. But yeah, so there's also a little bit of and by the way, the Danielle Hunter, I didn't announce what the deal was. He signed a 1-year, $20 million deal, which I'm assuming $17 million guaranteed, no tag clause, and the rest is going to be incentive, which is really a really, really awesome deal for him. Aaron Rodgers, like we said, he's beefing a little bit with Sean Payton. They were going back and forth a little bit. Because Sean Payton basically blasted the Broncos, saying it was one of the worst coach jobs he's ever seen and everything. And then Aaron Rodgers basically came back and said, hey, keep my coach's name out of your mouth and everything. It's basically this is two sides going forth. And Sean Payton comes back, he's like, well, I had my pundit hat on. I wasn't really talking about the coaches and everything like that as a coach. But basically just what you get from out of this is pretty awesome. Aaron Rodgers kind of standing up for the new teammates already, standing up for Nathaniel Hackett. And you're just basically just building, got the blood boiling a little bit. These two teams play week 5 too, so it's going to be really exciting just to get that stuff going. Sony Michel retired. That was something that was really shocking. He retired after 5 years. It kind of came out of nowhere. It seemed like he was going to get a decent amount of playing time this year and everything, but it really didn't come out and say why. I don't think I saw him come out and say why he did. I guess he just felt like it was I think it just felt like it was time maybe. Like I said, he has a Super Bowl ring. He's pretty healthy. I don't know why he wanted, and he's only 28. He could have gone for maybe another 2 or 3 years. But hey, if he felt like he was done, and he felt like he's accomplished, congrats to him, man. That's pretty awesome. I don't know if I announced this for sure or not either, but Jimmy Graham signed back to the Saints, and he's playing. It ain't to retire. He's actually playing. Really, really cool to see. I'm wild. He's 36 years old, really. It's crazy. He hasn't played football. He didn't play football at all last year. He's healthy, though, probably for a year off, so it's interesting to see if his body will be able to take up all the blows and everything. Something that came out that I saw was that basically Justin Fields is done being vegan, which at the end of the day doesn't really matter too much, but diet-wise, to hear that he's not vegan anymore, I'm very curious to see if that helps, because he was pretty, I won't lie, being vegan, he was kind of jacked and everything, but I'm curious to see now if he, changes diet and everything, what that changes for him. Because, it could change nothing, and this could just be a stupid conversation. But changing the diet, I'm sure it's going to have some impact on him. I'm sure his trainer and everybody, kind of was leaning for him to get off the vegetarian diet. Maybe hey, let's try adding this in, So I'm curious to see how that advances the game and everything. Lamar also is ditching his wristband because apparently with the new OC they're trying to communicate and everything more, which is this is something interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lamar does this year because that's just something like to go from the wristband to the headset. It's not the biggest change in the world. Obviously, it's a pretty big change because it's the NFL, but it's going to be very awesome just to see like what the change does that makes him more comfortable, makes him play faster. And then, yeah, speaking of the Sean Payton thing, by the way, he said he apparently has regret. I had one of those moments where I still had my Fox hat on and not my coaching hat on. I said this to the team in the meeting yesterday. We had a great offseason relative to that, and I've been preaching this message. It could have been true possibly, but I also think that he wasn't wrong in saying that. It was pretty bad. Should he have said it? Probably not, but it's his opinion. It's how he feels. Sean Payton is very well known in the football universe as well as letting his opinion fly. Especially, and he's a smart dude, so the fact that he said, I don't think he regrets saying it. I think he just regrets getting as public as it did. So that's not very shocking. Apparently, as of 3 days ago, Cook said the odds are pretty high that he's going to join the Jets. And like we said, due to the fact that Aaron Rodgers just took that pay cut like announced a little bit ago, I would say there's a pretty good chance that, yeah, he's going to probably end up with the Jets, which would be really, really cool to just see. I won't lie, it's going to suck for Breece Hall because especially fantasy-wise, if you like Breece Hall for the fantasy value, being with Aaron Rodgers, yeah, Dalvin Cook coming there is probably going to mess it up a little bit, but I'm truly excited just to watch. If they get him, man, the Jets are going to for sure be the hype favorite of the year, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to have a season like the Broncos did last year when they were the hype favorite, or they're able to actually be able to back it up and have a decent year. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be as bad as Russ last year, but Rodgers didn't have himself the best season last year either, so it's not like he's escaping anything. Alexander Madison, the Vikings OC, people don't realize how good Alexander Madison is. I'm just interested. It's one of those things where it's like he could be really, really good, but I'm interested to see because usually, for example, when he got in, Dalvin Cook would be getting the defense fresh on the drive for the first 2 or 3 plays, maybe even 4 or 5. And then Alexander Madison would be coming in and play 6, 7, maybe even 4 or 5, like I said. But these are after the defense has already been rotated in. They're a little bit tired and everything. So he's playing them a little bit tired. Playing them fresh is going to be a whole different thing when you're finally getting the ball. First play of the game on your 20, and the defense is fresh and ready to go, ready, full sprinting at you. But like I said, I thought Alexander Madison was going to be decent last year. I took a flyer on him fantasy-wise, and I got him late in fantasy, hoping I honestly thought he'd get traded to a different team last year and become their starting running back because I thought he was good enough to do that. But instead, the Vikings just got rid of Dalvin Cook and made Alexander Madison their guy. So I'm very, very, very excited to see how that goes. Chargers Austin Eckler came out and said running backs are just not numbers on a page. Which here's the quote: we're not just numbers on a page. We're actual players. And we all have different impacts on each team, so it's very situational as far as what specific players can have as far as impact on each team. And you could put statistics in one way or another to say that someone is worth something or someone is not, which is very true because you look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the Titans team. You put any other running back in that system, I don't know if they're going to be as successful as Derrick Henry is. I know same thing for Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey being in the 49ers system makes him that much greater versus when he's with the Panthers and everything. So it's that does suck because the whole running back market is just a mess right now. But I think he does bring up a really good point. Like we said, and yeah, like I said, that was 4 days ago. 49, wow. Kyle Shanahan said Darnold can follow Steve Young's career. Steve Young took a while to get going, and he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I don't like to compare anyone to Steve because of how good he is, but why can't Sam be like that? He's got the type of ability. He's that type of person. I'm just pumped that we could get a talented guy like him. That's what Kyle Shanahan said about Steve Young comparing Sam Darnold to Steve Young. So you heard it here first. According to Kyle Shanahan, Sam Darnold's going to be the next Steve Young. No, that's just crazy to think about. So Sam Darnold's pretty much going to be the backup and be the number 2. So it's just crazy, man. 3 years of Trey Lance, and basically the 49ers wasted picks, honestly. They could have got to get more skill guys, maybe more younger defenders. But instead they drafted Trey Lance. Trey Young's on the Hawks. And now he's basically not going to play for him at all. The way it sounds, he's going to end up being the 3rd string. They're probably just going to let him go, and his NFL career His NFL career could be over before it even started, man. It's one of those things. It's just very, very weird. The COVID season now, looking back at it, just a lot of weird stuff happened with that. And now it's funny how we just see, like, for example, in the NBA, James Wiseman. He was a high draft pick because of the COVID season. Now he's not doing much either. So also something. So Saquon explained decisions on tag today had epiphany. So this is according to him. Now the reality of it is I kind of just followed my heart. I get it, honestly. Like, the fact that he, at the end of the day, he did stay very professional. They kept everything clean for the Giants. And, I mean, I can't blame Saquon at all. I just hope that they do him right now. He kind of did right by them slightly. I mean, not totally, but he slightly did a little bit coming back. I mean, hopefully both sides make a deal. But we'll see. Well, yeah, we'll just see because of... basically just after this year. They already paid Daniel Jones. I don't know who they got coming up next year, but it's going to be interesting to see if they decide to do pay Saquon. So Buda Baker's going to get a pay raise. Apparently he's getting, that includes $2.4 million in bonuses. And Baker also received a $300,000 signing bonus as well. So, I mean, I think they're just kind of doing that to make him happy and hopefully, like, convince him to stay a little bit longer. And just be, I guess... Try to make him a little bit more happy since he's stuck around the building. So, yeah, by the way, the injury was a full meniscus, I guess, repair is what is, full meniscus repair procedure is what Jalen Ramsey's getting. I thought in case I just didn't say it out, because I think there was a chance I didn't mention it. Sean Payton said he's going to be pissed that the Broncos are a playoff team. I think there's a lot of people that are going to feel like that. Because the Broncos have a lot of talent, and they really should be really, really good this year. They should be, I guess, better than they were last year. But, I mean... apparently the playoff exit is what caused the frustration and issues all this summer, and now it's water under the bridge. Makes sense. We'll see if it carries over, though. I would not be shocked if they have a similar exit again this year, if it finally, like, hits its tipping point with him. But, I mean, I can't blame him, man. It'd be pretty frustrating. The way the Bills have lost, it's just been some, frustrating losses, some unlucky losses. I mean, it's just... You can't blame the guy for getting frustrated after what's been happening to them. It's just been a lot going on with the Bills. And then hopefully, we'll see if this is the year for the Bills. Like I said, I'm still not the most confident in the Bills. I just don't know, man. Like, I think the Bills are good, but I just don't know if they're going to get over that hump this year. It feels like, I'm not going to say it just kind of feels like they're kind of starting to plateau a little bit. They just keep hitting their heads up against the wall. And... man, I just don't know, bro. I'm very, 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 very concerned with them. I'm trying to look up for Super Bowl odds. The Chiefs have now moved to plus 600. Remember, they were plus 700. Eagles are plus 800. Bills are plus 900. And if you remember, I told everybody, just wait to play some Super Bowl. You got the Bengals at plus 1,000 now because Joe Burrow's going to be out for a little bit. Love it, love it, love it, man. I'm going to be hopping on that here in a minute. Just simply for the fact that, yeah, they are... Just because of the odds. I really like the odds there for that. By the Panthers named Bryce Young starting quarterback. Cole Kmet got a 4-year, $50 million extension, which is insane. 32.8 guaranteed. So I'm ready to see him basically step it up and continue to have a better season. He had a really good end of the year last year, so hopefully he can continue to step it up and have a really good year this year. Giants, Andrew Thomas. 5-year, $117 million deal, $67 million fully guaranteed. Big money. So the Giants gave a tackle, Titus Howard for the Texans. 3-year, $56 million deal. A little bit of more money. Justin Herbert, if I didn't mention it on this show, 5 years, $262 million. Money. Ron Rivera is fired up about the Commanders' ownership change, which I am too, personally. I mean, it's going to be awesome to see how they do. I'm just scared because this is the same guy who owns the Philadelphia 76ers. You see what happened with them. That's the only thing that has me a little bit worried. But anything's better than what they had, so I'm just ready to see them go up. Trayvon Diggs signs a 5-year, $97 million deal. Awesome for him. He's one of the better corners in the game right now. The only thing that gets him got is he just gambles a little too much. And not in the NFL. He just jumps routes too much sometimes, and that gets him got. But other than that, I think he's a pretty good corner, so I think he deserves the money. Jerry Jones says Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy say the Cowboys can be contenders. They can be. They probably should be the past few years, but we'll see. I don't know if they're going to, like I said, I don't think they're going to do much of anything this year. I think they might be moving on from Dak at the end of the year. And that honestly, Justin Fields has declined a chance to be in the quarterback season, but it's also not fully guaranteed. I'm sure there'll be season 2 though with how good that show did. For those of you who didn't watch it, I would definitely watch that quarterback show. I thought it was really, really awesome. We got a bunch of jerseys got revealed as well that we'll go over here and there, but I think Bill Belichick said Jack Jones will be out there for training camp, if I'm right. Pretty sure that's the guy who got in trouble with the 2 guns for them. And that's about where we'll end it today. Like I said, now to finish off, I'm going to basically talk about my plan for the rest of August. It's going to be way more organized. Today got a little bit messy because, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. It's a massive next 2 weeks for me, the show, and some stuff surrounding it. So it's been a little chaotic right now. So we're going to hopefully finish everything off this week. And if we do, there'll be a big announcement. If not, it'll be upcoming a little bit. But basically just know there's some, just know we got the stove on. The stove's cooking. We got that. We got it basically at 7 or 8 right now. The water's boiling. We're about to put the spaghetti in. We truly got some big stuff coming. But like I said, so basically my plans are going to be for August. So instead of that, due to some of the stuff that's happening now, I'm going to say screw it. I want to get these breakdowns done sooner because just of all the stuff happening. Like I said, I picked the Bengals to win their division. Now their quarterback's hurt. Gotta love it. But no, I'm basically going to finish... Oh, I gotta fix that. I didn't even notice that. I'll show that thing's been messed up. That's awesome. But no, that scroll bar being messed up this whole show just threw me off my game. No, but basically, yeah, the plans for August are gonna be to. So this week I have whatever the last AFC team I think I said was AFC West, and then next week, so we'll do NFL news on the 2 days that I'm doing division breakdowns. So basically. So this first week of August, like we said, there's NFL news today. I'm going to do the AFC East breakdown Thursday, and then next Tuesday, Thursday, we'll do North, South, or East, West, and then the following week we'll do the opposite of the other 2 we did. So basically, my goal is by the third week of August, I want all the NFL series done. All that's the goal. The 4th week we'll do the NFL news on Tuesday. Talk about all NFL news, basically just leave it at that. And then Thursdays will be a futures episodes where I'm going to break it up into 2. I'm going to do all player props and then go over some other small stuff as well. Will be the plan for that. And then the very last week going into that, before that Thursday night game, we're basically going to do a futures breakdown. Because this will basically take us into the last week of, take us into September. We'll do a futures breakdown, a little bit of just like the actual team futures. And then I'll basically start my weekly series of NFL. I mean, and for those of you who don't know how my NFL schedule works, when I get into it, it's Breakdown Tuesday where I go over all the games, everything that happens, kind of go over some of the news that's happening as well. And then Thursday will be my Pick'em series where I do a family Pick'em league where I go over, I'll go over my bets for the... So basically, the Tuesday will be the NFL news, breakdown what happens at the games and everything, and then some potentially stuff to look forward to. And then Thursday's episode will be Pick'em where I break down all the games I'm going to pick, break down some of the bets I like for the weekend, and then break down some college stuff. And that's basically going to be the plan then for the rest of the NFL season. So we got 1 month left, like I said. Basically going to be division breakdowns up till the second to last week. Last week of August will be kind of like a low week, and then that very next week, first week in September, man, I can't wait, man. So basically, So September 7th. Expect an episode to come out in the morning where I basically give out all my stuff for the week. You'll have my September 7th, man. It was crazy because it's just a month away. You'll have my Pick'em episode. You have bets for the week. I mean, it's going to be really awesome, man. I'm really excited to see how it goes. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. 1 month away until NFL football, man. It's been flying by. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate all the love. Like I said, it's just a grind, baby. We getting there. 72 episodes in. Been one hell of a blast. A year in, man. We're on year 2 of the NFL. Can't wait for the bounce back, man. I didn't have too bad of a year last year. It wasn't the best though, record wise. I was over 500 record wise, which is awesome, but I want to be better than that. I want to be at least like 600, 700 record wise. So that's the goal for this year. So hey, that's what we're trying to look for. Thanks for all for watching. Like I said, thank you for all the support. I'll basically see everybody here on this feed on Thursday for our AFC East breakdown.